How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 38 of Big Game Talk. I'm Brad. That is Chris over there. And this is the Big Game Talk Christmas episode. So this week, me and Chris, we brought our Christmas wish list for you. So we have 10 things each that we're going to tell you that we want that we have on our Christmas wish list for 2021. And then the other person's going to say the likelihood of that actually happening. So Chris, you want to get started?
Yeah, so let's get into we're sitting on Santa's lap here. Is Dana White in a beard, and we are ready to share what our Christmas list is. These are all things I think are pretty reasonable to happen, because you don't want to ask Santa for the world, because then you end up sad on Christmas morning. But I think these are pretty reasonable things.
Having you said that makes me think that a lot of these are going to be big fat zero chance.
I'm just trying to set people up for your list, because those ones are unfeasible. Mine pretty realistic. I'm a pretty realistic guy. So, Brad, what's your first?
I teed you up for your first.
Oh wait, my first one. Okay. So, first one. All right. So this one has a caveat attached to it. So if Conor McGregor loses to Poirier in January. So if he doesn't lose, then I don't want this to happen. But if he loses, I want him to hang up the MMA gloves and go to boxing, where he's going to make a lot more money. He's going to be a lot more entertaining, and he's going to fight people that can actually lip him back. So that's what I want to see in 2021. So
I'm not even going to touch on the fact that we had very simple rules, and you already just caveat at the very first one. But what
were the rules, Brad? What were the rules?
Fair enough. We didn't go over the
what were the rules? Okay.
Rules in my head.
Yeah. So what were your rules then? What were your rules?
I was gonna go with not caveat things, but that's okay. Now, personally, I think what you're saying, I completely agree with, and that could be on my wish list too. I love that idea. Mm-hmm. I think there's about an 75% chance that happens if he loses to Poirier, because I don't think the only fight in MMA that would be around for him if he loses to Poirier is the Diaz trilogy. Mm-hmm. Nothing else would make sense.
Yeah,
you could always make the fights and sell them, but once he loses, those become a little bit diluted.
Yeah, and then at that point you're just using the McGregor name to build new guys. It's just not, maybe it's what the UFC wants. It's good for Dana White if he stays around, but for Conor McGregor, I think you go out an absolute star. Like, join the circus. It's circus time.
Who do you have line him up in boxing first?
I think, everyone's saying Jake Paul. I think you got to find, maybe roll back even Mayweather again. That wouldn't be bad. I just to get the ball rolling. Pacquiao would be amazing.
I think same management too.
I think you need to give him an actual boxer first, before you get into the real circus antics. Get him to lose, fight against a real boxer, but lose. Everybody says that's a moral victory for the guy that's not from the boxing world, and then carry that into a Paul brother. So many oh no.
It's a tough start. Only Christmas ornament in the shot falls.
Yeah. So, but we got the snow. Going. So it's getting kind of cold in here.
Listening to audio on our video, we have snow in the video.
Yeah. So
check it out on YouTube too.
Yeah, we got a professional special effects team, and that definitely was not an effect I downloaded from YouTube 5 minutes before we started. But anyways, yeah, I'd like to see Conor McGregor go to boxing. I think the whole antics around promoting a fight where Conor McGregor really is the best of the best in the talking game, I think that there's avenues for that much more in boxing, and especially once you get into the kind of more celebrity status that boxing has, and the people getting into boxing rather than MMA, because a lot of people in the MMA world are born and bred fighter, warrior people that just have not put a lot of skill points into speech, so it really shows when Conor McGregor's fighting somebody, and it's just half-assed. So to find matchup, I think there's more matchups that make sense for Conor McGregor in terms of the storyline, which is what Conor McGregor for the story. That is his biggest selling feature. I think he's much better served to kind of flame out in the UFC. I think just diminishes the brand. You don't even have to win in boxing. You know what I mean? Like you got to. I mean, the fights against Paul brothers are must wins, unless you're Nate Robinson. Those are must-win fights.
Any professional fighter, if you fight a Paul brother, has to win.
Yeah.
But if McGregor goes in there against a boxer, especially because he's going to get elite boxers.
Yeah.
You're not going to throw any. I could maybe throw a duck or two to get him started, but likely he's going to step in there with like a Pacquiao, somebody like that. That's the one that was teased. He's probably losing that fight. But nobody will. It's like the Mayweather one where people are going to say the moral victory because he shouldn't have even been in there in the first place.
Yeah. So that's what I like to see. So, Brad, what's your number one on the wish list?
I do like your number one though. I do like that. My first one is I wish that the New York Jets continue to be an absolute embarrassment of a franchise, like we saw last weekend, where they can't even tank properly. And they might lose out on Trevor Lawrence. So as a Patriots fan, I love seeing the Jets just do Jets things. So I hope it continues.
Yeah, you know what? You know what I have to say to that one? Hurt people hurt people. That's where that wish comes. I don't know, man. I don't think you would have cared as much when the Patriots were going on a run. Now it's.
But I mean, I don't think Santa's gonna have to do any magic powers to make that one happen. I think that one's pretty sense.
Well, that one, the real wish behind the wish. You know, you say what you want, but what you need is for the Patriots not to be at the bottom of their division. And the only way that happens is if the New York Jets continue to be an embarrassment of a franchise.
Yeah. Well,
you're agreeing. You're agreeing.
No, I believe in Bill.
You believe in Bill?
Yeah, Patriots will be right back there next year.
Then why are the Jets even a thought on your mind?
Because
you're speechless. You're speechless. You can't say anything.
It's one of the most annoying out there. You have to admit, as a Giants fan, then other New York fans, they're real annoying.
Not really. Yeah, not really. Like
you're showing up for the pod now, trying to make me look bad.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what I will say. You know, there isn't that same, like, the Giants Jets thing isn't as strong as the Mets Yankees thing. You know, but a lot of the times though, the one thing I will say about Jets fans is that Jets fans who are Mets fans like shit on the Mets the most. The Giants fans who are the Mets fans don't like kind of have a love for the Mets. The Jets fans who are Mets fans hate like their existence, and they just want to complain about the Mets all the time.
Well, yeah, because the Giants and Jets are both two pretty bad franchises, but the Jets are maybe the worst franchise in the
well, the Giants are not that bad of a franchise. They're a top 10 franchise in the last 15 years.
Because of the 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah, exactly. Well, isn't that the metronome for success?
Yeah, I
love how you just accepted the metronome for success.
When it comes to words, I just admit that you're smarter than me, and I just assumed it was one.
No, it wasn't. But maybe
I think it is. Like, I guess you're kind of right. You're kind of right with that. That the Super Bowls are the level of how we measure success. So, but how likely is my wish to happen? Do you think?
I think it's pretty likely. I think this is one of the most likely ones on your wish list. Looking down
so what's the percentage? I
think this is probably a 75% chance.
Wow.
Because I mean, the thing is, if you say continue to be an embarrassment of a franchise, like what's the level that we say this is an embarrassment? You know what I mean? Because if the embarrassment of continuing to be embarrassment of a franchise is to keep being this miserable, I mean, the Giants or the Jets have a pretty low bar. You know.
Yeah, you kind of can only go up from here.
Yeah, you really can, unless you absolutely lose all your games and get a phenomenal draft pick next year. It's pretty easy to go, to move up. You just win a couple games, and
that's fair. I see your point. Okay.
So I think it's a 75%. Yeah, it's really a technicality. You know what I mean? So, okay. But all right.
What's number 2 on your list?
Number 2 on my list is now Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I know you're a number 1 listener. So, and when you were taking that picture with the XFL, you were holding our Seattle Dragons helmet in your right hand, the favored spot. So make this happen. I know you love our Seattle Dragons analysis. So please, if you want more of us talking about the Seattle Dragons, bring back the XFL in February. I don't care about COVID. I don't care how feasible this is. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how just in shambles the management is because of what Vince McMahon did running that organization. I don't care. Get Oliver Luck back. Apologize on behalf of Vince McMahon. Get him in the room. Get some stadiums together. Shouldn't be too difficult right now. Get the players. They're not doing anything. Get them. February, launch XFL once again.
Again, I nobody would be more happier than me to see that happen too. 0% chance. Not happening. Yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah, well, maybe you just need to believe in Christmas more, dude. Christmas spirit. Who are you, the Grinch?
That is, how sick would that be, though?
That would be fantastic.
I mean, like someday too, we're gonna have to explain to people how this was almost a Seattle Dragons podcast.
Yeah, and just think about how people would lose their minds. People would lose their minds.
I think a lot less people would lose their minds than you think.
Like in terms of what?
I think we
No. I'm saying like people, because if people are gonna say the NFL shouldn't be running right now, you're trying to say let's start a new football league,
especially too with 5 weeks notice is what you're giving them.
Yeah. Though yeah. I feel like it's a secret operation. Like this has been in the works. This was Vince McMahon's plan the whole time. Like he's still behind this, and then on on Sunday, the Sunday after the Super Bowl, you're just flipping through the channels and you just see XFL, and then Vince McMahon, Rock, money. They go on Instagram, they're promoting it, and everybody's guerrilla marketing. They're just like, hey, oh yeah, like XFL, like as if nothing ever happened. It's like, yeah, we have a game today. Everyone's gonna lose their mind. It's gonna be crazy, dude.
It's wild to think, though. It's almost a year since that happened. Like, it started.
Yeah.
And what did it last? 4 weeks?
I think it was 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks. Man.
It's all 5 weeks, though.
That was a good 5 weeks. And the Dragons were just getting good. It took them a while.
I think they were literally out of playoff contention.
Yeah, but still, they were getting their footing.
They just made the switch to BJ Daniels.
Yeah, which should have been the whole time. We got the inside scoop. So
yeah, should have been the whole time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, see, we're just talking some inside baseball in the Seattle Dragons, because we were serious Seattle Dragons journalists. Like we were basically the beat guys for the Seattle Dragons. So maybe for the people not with the insider knowledge that we have, this might be going over your head, So but XFL is coming. That's basically like you heard it here first. XFL confirmed, coming back February. That is a 100% chance.
0%.
If you go like this.
So my next one, I think, is my next wish: GSP versus Khabib to happen in 2021. How likely do you think that is? And that because I think that's the biggest fight you can make in MMA right now. I think it's the only fight that Khabib could come back for, especially now that Tony lost, because he's not coming back for Conor, not coming back for Poirier. He's already beat them. He's not coming back for Charles Oliveira. I'm sorry. GSP is the only fight he comes back for.
10% chance.
10%?
10% chance.
Yeah, I But that's probably the biggest fight you can make in MMA right now. Do you agree?
I'm trying to think of
biggest fight without Conor McGregor in it.
Adesanya versus Jones.
You're stealing my next one.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I didn't mean to but that I think is possibly GSP a bigger.
GSP at one point, like GSP, at the same time that John Jones was hitting his peak at the beginning, GSP was outselling him in pay-per-views. Khabib right now is a pay-per-view star as well.
Yeah. Okay. So but I still think it's 10%. I think there's too many things that need to happen. If one of them was still in the sport, it's a lot. It gets bumped up to a 25%. But if they're both out of the sport right now, with Khabib, I mean, the thing is, when Khabib says he's going to do something, he does it. And when his father is involved, family is involved, honor is involved. When he says, I'm done, I'm not going to fight again without my father, I think he really means that. You know, I think that, and maybe the GSP fight is the only fight that his father would want him fighting him without him. Like, I don't know what they talked about, what they felt. Like, I don't, like, they have a very unique relationship, father-son relationship that, I mean, while we all can somewhat relate to it, we can't always understand like the way their culture works and like the way because I mean, for me it would be I would want to keep fighting to honor my father, you know, but it's the flip side, and so it just I don't know if that fight happens. I would love to see it.
There would be two things that make, like, one, the UFC hasn't stripped Khabib, so they think if the UFC think he's coming back and didn't take that opportunity to put the title on Conor Poirier, I think that bumps the likelihood up. What I would like to know is GSP in the USADA pool, because if he's not, there's I think a 6-month period it takes to get back in, and then there's a lot can change in 6 months.
Yeah.
So if he's in, that ups it a lot. If he's out, that tanks.
Now, do you think that if it doesn't happen in 21, it doesn't happen at all?
Yes, I agree. It doesn't happen in 2021. It doesn't happen at all.
All right, so I'll make it 20% likelihood.
Okay, I can take that. I can take that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, so my next one. All right, so the National League is going back to not having the DH, which is beautiful. It's like beautiful. We finally woken up from this fever dream, gotten to our senses. And now my third wish is that Noah Syndergaard becomes the MLB home run leader in the first half of the season, wins the home run derby, and in his victory speech clowns on anyone who thinks pitchers shouldn't hit.
0.00001%.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I mean, come on.
I mean,
is Syndergaard even good at hitting?
He's one of the best hitters in baseball.
No, he's not.
He's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, he's one of the best pitchers. Is he even one of the best pitchers who can hit in baseball?
Yeah.
Like, you being dead serious?
I'm being dead serious.
I don't know.
The Mets have great hitting pitchers.
Yeah, you guys still got Stroman, don't you? He's pretty good.
Yeah,
hitter.
Stroman, DeGrom, Syndergaard. Matz could hit pretty well.
It makes it up when you don't have actual good hitters.
Yeah, so, you know, we take what we can get. Yeah, we take what... I mean, Jacob DeGrom has pinch hit before.
Yeah, I mean, what does that say about your franchise, though?
But the one time he got a hit.
I know, but like, if you were pinch hitting your pitcher, it says a lot about a franchise, especially when you're sitting there with the World Series hat on where they lost.
Yeah, and hey, I'm holding on.
You're celebrating failure.
Yeah, where's your hat?
I'm not wearing one because I don't celebrate failure.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, well, okay. So the Jays.
You wish Jays?
if you had a Jays hat that said World Series on it, you're telling me you wouldn't wear it?
Yeah, if they lost in it.
You tell me you wouldn't wear that?
Do you see me walk around with the AL championship hat on? No.
Yeah, because that's the real embarrassment.
Okay.
When David Wright said the Mets are going to the World Series with tears in his eyes,
Yeah, we
that was enough.
The Mets lost the World Series.
Yeah, I cried as well. There was a lot of tears coming out in 2015. It was a roller coaster.
Yeah. 2015 was a shit year for the Jays too.
Yeah. So
that was 15. Yeah.
That was 15. Yeah.
Because the damn Royals, broke both our hearts.
I know like really okay. That's what the Royals want. The Royals want us fighting. It's really their fault. What a just garbage franchise, eh?
Yeah, I hate them. Kansas City, I hate Kansas City sports teams.
Yeah, they're just so annoying, and they're just sneaky good all of a sudden. And now the Royals suck. But in the last 5 years, they've just been sneaky good out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then you got the Kansas City Chiefs who are about to become a dynasty.
Yeah, so
just ruining their lives.
Just ruining those lives. And they're not even in Kansas.
Are they not?
I'm pretty sure it's not in Kansas.
Huh.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what state it is, but I know it's not Kansas.
It's not like you're in front of a computer or anything. But...
yeah, no, well.
So, you buried the lead on my next wish, though. I want Israel Adesanya and John Jones to fight. Weight class, don't care. Titles on the line, don't care. We just need that fight to happen. That can't be one of the great MMA fights that we miss out on.
Yeah, I agree, and I think this is honestly an 80% chance of happening.
You think 80?
I think it's an 80% chance.
I think it's slim. Because I think that Adesanya is going to duck him.
That's true. Okay, I didn't factor in the fact that Adesanya at the end of the day is a little chihuahua, and he's just barking away on Twitter, and then the big dog's gonna come out, and the chihuahua's gonna, So that's how this goes. At the end of the
day, John Jones beats Adesanya so bad, and I just don't understand how people in MMA media don't see that.
Yeah,
especially if for some reason they make this fight at heavyweight, it's over.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that heavyweight is even on the table for a fight with a guy that fights at middleweight and walks at 185.
Yeah, man. We've said that so many times in this podcast. We're gonna have to fact check that at some point.
I guess. Wait, so now I will look that up. Okay. Does Adesanya
we've said that for the last 8 straight weeks, and just like every time we say it, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, all I see, the first thing that comes up is a Chael Sonnen clip. Israel Adesanya is lying. He does not weigh 203 pounds. And it's Chael Sonnen. So that's we know from Chael that he's not 203. And Chael, I mean, Chael's the end game. Like he's the final say.
Okay, so I'll take that.
We've been saying that for so long.
Yeah, like every time it's said, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe after this we should look that up.
And then we never do. So yeah, we are fake news channel.
Yeah, we just say it and then just fact check later.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We need a Spotify exec to come in and clean up our mess.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what's your next wish there, Chris?
My next wish, that is Donald Trump, Joe Biden, 5-round super exhibition. Not actually a super exhibition. That's just for the people setting it up. Boxing event to decide the presidency once and for all.
Yeah, this is one. Like again, you strike it. I want to see that so bad too. And never in a million years. But man, can you imagine the tickets that would be sold?
Oh my goodness. What
is the pay-per-view? But you could charge $100 per pay-per-view and you'd sell 100 million. Legitimately.
Yeah. No, it's the people's right though to see it. This is democracy in action.
Yeah, if it was free, how many people tune in for this? Literally, a billion.
Yeah, and then you'd have the judges are Supreme Court members. How perfect would that be?
Yeah, that would be something. That would be.
Yeah.
And then who co-mains that?
Who co-mains?
It's gotta be one of the Paul brothers.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking you get AOC in there. Who does AOC fight?
I was gonna say like
AOC fights Ben Shapiro, beats the shit out of him.
That would be too funny.
Yeah, that's the fight that needs to happen.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be so good.
That would be so good. And imagine
that would redeem 2020.
Yeah, and I think that is honestly almost a better system than democracy. We don't want to get too crazy here.
Yeah, we've been through crazy time with statements like that. Was it like the year 20?
Yeah, but I mean, that's how they used to do. I mean, back in the day, if you wanted to be king, you just went in the king and said, like, I want to wrestle you, you know? You just wrestled the king. Whoever wins becomes king. You know, it's a simpler time. You know, there's probably not all these arguments on Twitter going on.
See, of all of the reasons why that won't work, it's too much of a COVID hazard.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean if they can't debate each other without shields, you know, going and then no handshakes, testing, like everyone gets tested and then you still can't come in within 6 feet of each other. Yeah, you can't do this. But I mean the thing is, with the way the debates are going in all elections, they might as well be punching each other, you know?
Yeah.
We might as well, it's just
only a matter of time before somebody does.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like? Yeah. Okay. So if you're a presidential candidate and you just get really angry at your opponent and you clock them, do you think it's better for your polls if you like knock the guy out or you barely damage him?
I think I don't know. Are we talking about the states? Because I think that answer is very different for different countries. In the state, you better knock them clean out.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, this is the most we've delved into politics since back in the day when I did a political segment and I just went on rants about how Bernie Sanders was getting screwed over.
That was when we were on Discord. So when you would start that, I would just pull up Instagram and start scrolling.
Yeah, I would go on rants about
that
Bernie
was
Sanders.
Like, yeah, if you go on our Spotify and you look at some of the first few episodes, there's some weird clips we got in there.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We were trying to figure out what was going on with this podcast.
Yeah, we did like a history little thing.
Yeah,
that was
a weird thing. We were just working our way to 11th Island. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, that's what was happening. So,
all right, my next wish, my last MMA one, is I want Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal to fight. That's a bad blood matchup. That just needs to happen. Like, and the script is there. I mean, former best friends, training partners at the same gym and everything. They split from the gym.
Yeah,
going at each other on social media. All the elements are there.
Yeah,
This could headline a paper.
Yeah, and winner gets the phone call from Trump. Winner becomes the favorite son, MMA son.
Yeah, but like this could headline a pay per view. I think it should. It's big enough. Masvidal might be one of your biggest stars right now. Colby Covington, like, he's probably, like, aside from like, honestly, might be his biggest rival right now.
Yeah, and I think this is a perfect matchup for both these guys. And Masvidal, I think it's a good for Masvidal because there's going to be a lot of tension around. Anytime Covington opens his mouth, there's media tension, and usually it's to the favor of whoever he's facing. So I think that's huge for Masvidal. I mean, UFC has made huge investments into Masvidal in terms of, yes, he's kind of precedented by becoming a star in his own right, but now UFC, I mean, is making him a front page guy, and I think this is the obvious fight to kind of continue that narrative. So,
and the winner of this would get the title shot.
Yeah, I think this is 100% likely to happen.
100%.
I think this is 100%.
That makes me very happy, Chris.
I think this.
Yeah, I think that's the fight that needs to happen.
Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. If this is not on Dana White's mind, he's just been dumb lucky with every other fight he's made, because this one is obvious.
Yeah, this is the one that I think the UFC is going to try to make, and it's just up to the fighter to sign the contract. What do you got next?
All right, so this one is another UFC beef that needs to be squashed. All right, so Ariel Helwani and Dana White buried the hatchet. Ariel is invited to Dana White's Thanksgiving dinner 2021.
I think it's more likely that John Fitch gets invited to Dana White's Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
That's a long... Actually, no. You know what, though? DC, though, is a little bit of the UFC golden boy right now.
Yeah.
He's in tight with Dana.
Yeah.
They got that podcast together, DC and Helwani.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Dana White is wanting that ESPN money. You know, Ariel Helwani is the is not the head, but he's the face of UFC on ESPN. You know,
MMA on ESPN.
Or MMA on MMA on ESPN. So I think I think this is the time. I think that if these guys can squash the beef, I think there's hope for world peace.
Yeah, honestly.
You know?
The thing is, though, if you're Dana White, though, like, are you sitting there being like, if I squash this beef, do people think I'm soft now? Like, I'm turning soft?
I think it's just a wholesome moment. I think maybe the world needs to be a little bit softer, you know?
You know what? I'm going to give this a 15% chance.
That's all we
need. Can you
need.
imagine, like, COVID ends, and then, like, Dana White and Ariel Helwani just give each other a big hug and say, we're turning over a new leaf in this new world. We're going to be friends.
We're going to be friends.
I mean,
dude, and
that reunites everything.
Yeah, it's the whole world comes back together, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like my son has come back to me.
That would be nice to see.
Yeah,
I'm giving it. What did I say? 15%. Yeah, 15%.
15%. I'll take that. I think that's a good. It's just and holidays 2021. COVID ideally is coming to an end. We're all getting together for the holidays. You know, it's a good time. Nice little heartwarming thing.
Me and Chris are doing our second Christmas wish list with a little bit more planning, hopefully.
Yes, with a lot more planning. But anyways, let's move into your number 5.
All right, this is a boxing matchup that if it doesn't happen in 2021, it's a failure on the absolute boxing promoters. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. It's time to figure out who the best heavyweight in the world is. And that fight just needs to happen.
Yeah, this is something that fixes boxing. I mean, not fixes boxing, but fixes a key marquee division within boxing, at least for a little while. This brings it back to the old days when belts really meant something, when the best fought the best, and it would unify, and you would crown the lineal champion, and there would be no more debating who was the best, because you had the three kings at the top of the division: Wilder, Fury, and Joshua. Mm-hmm. Wilder's gone. Pit these two together, and if it's a good close fight too, you just run that back. Yeah,
and then if that's a good close one, you can get the potential for money to be made off this.
Yeah,
not only just the fact of like that it needs to happen, but the money that can be made. You just have to do it.
Yeah, and I think there's room to, when this is run its course, ideally you have more than one fight between these guys. Like, they make it worth more than one fight, so you have a little bit of a back and forth. Ideally, a trilogy would be amazing. And then you have, at that point, I mean, either a new guy has emerged or Wilder's on a comeback. You know,
I think it would be a I'm blanking on his first name, but Usyk,
Mm-hmm.
his last name, so Usyk. He's next. He was the cruiserweight absolute stud. He'll be next after this for the matchup.
So this is, I mean, to put it all under one roof, fantastic opportunity. Unfortunately, I don't know if boxing is. I think they're smart enough to pull this off. Whether or not all the moving parts are willing to cooperate because of just how many hands are in the cookie jar, I'm going to give you a 50% chance of this happening in 2021.
That's about all you can expect. Boxing just sometimes can't stay out of their own way.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. But that is one of the, I think, in terms of the events that you have, is one of the biggest. You have some big events on here that you're hoping for in 2021. This is one of the most impactful, probably.
That would be, of all the ones I have. GSP Khabib, would be the one I would personally be the most excited about. But Fury Joshua would bring up the most excitement worldwide.
Yeah, I think that's
Nothing
right. And I think the fact that it has on the sport is bigger than Khabib, because I think MMA can survive without. If Khabib never fights again, MMA world's going to move on. Boxing needs every big fight it can get right now. So,
correct.
All right. So my next one. Are we ready for it? Tim Tebow makes the major leagues in 2021.
You know what? It's bound to happen at some point.
It's going to happen.
He's still in the minors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doesn't he get the major league tryout pretty much every year too?
Yeah, he's at spring training every year. So
I'm shocked it hasn't happened yet. Quite honest with you, I'm shocked that in like the September call-ups it hasn't happened. I think if this was a normal year, I'd give you if things are figured out by the time baseball starts, I'd give you a 50% chance. If COVID is still happening and it's a weird season, I'm giving it a 10% chance.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because, I mean, the reality is, I've been to a few spring training games with Tim Tebow there, and you'll have, 2016 I was there. Cespedes is the big star of the team at that time, right? So he's coming out, walking to the plate for the first time in the game. So a lot of the fans, this is the first time they're seeing him live or seeing him at all this season. He's just gone on a huge run for the Mets. Faltered a little bit in the World Series. The whole team did, but he was a big part of getting the Mets.
You still celebrate their failure.
Yeah. So, anyways, he's a big superstar, right? So everyone's cheering, losing their mind, and then you realize that they're not cheering for Cespedes. They're cheering because Tim Tebow just walked out on deck. So that is the level that Tim Tebow has in terms of
when I say
fan
the
excitement.
I'm not saying the chances because he's becoming a good baseball player. He's trash baseball.
Yeah, no, he's made some good plays. He makes good plays, but he's just inconsistent.
I could probably make a few good plays too if I played a full season, but I'm not. I'm major league caliber.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the thing. Tim Tebow is going to make because the Mets are going to get out of playoff contention. And especially if fans can go. Yeah. And then it's you know what? Let's sell some tickets and sell some jerseys.
Yeah.
Pull them up. Because you're making big money off of that.
You're making huge money. That's
why the Mets signed them.
Yeah.
And how many Mets jerseys for Tebow do you think they've sold?
Just ones I've seen at spring training. There's a good 10% of the people are wearing Tim Tebow jerseys to spring training.
That's just ridiculous.
So just put that into.
That was how many years ago?
That was 16.
Yeah, so that's probably just grown.
And then when I was there in 17, when I was there in 17, it was more.
16?
Yeah.
So he's been in the minor leagues for 4 or 5 years.
Oh wait, no, was that 16? Maybe it was 17. I'm mixing up my dates.
No, it was right after the World Series, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's been, but
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
come on, Tim Tebow, play in the XFL.
Yeah, that would be huge too. Okay, so either he makes the major leagues or he plays for the XFL in February.
I think it's more likely major leagues, to be honest, too.
Yeah,
which is so weird to say.
Yeah, it is. It's been a while. So how long has it been since he was in the football? 13?
Yeah, I want to say so. I think so. Where'd he end with, the Jets or the Patriots practice squad or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was the Patriots practice squad because he was on his last time as a quarterback, like bona fide quarterback, was on the Jets. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because he had that run with the Broncos where he was pretty
because
solid
we had that one big moment in the overtime
in the
game
overtime.
where in
Yeah,
the first play when they went, I think 70 yards for the winning score, and then the Broncos signed Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
how many people are going to start over Peyton Manning?
Yeah, it's a tough go for Tim Tebow. I would go to baseball too if that was me.
Yeah.
So
all right. So my next wish here is this one's pretty simple. Canelo Alvarez needs to fight more than once in a calendar year. He only fought once in calendar 2020, and I think he was vocal about not wanting to waste his prime like he did. The split from Golden Boy Promotions, I think, will help that. He needs to fight multiple times in 2021.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a good 75% chance that happens because I think he seems to be behind that.
Yeah, and I think like the only way that doesn't happen, I think if there's I think you figured out the management stuff. I think injuries are the only way that stops that.
Yeah,
and it's a situation where like my next wish is who I want him to fight. Do you want me to just pump that off?
Yeah,
I want to see the Triple G trilogy. Mm-hmm. That needs to happen, and it needs to happen sooner rather than later. Because the further on it gets, the more it gets diminished because Triple G is getting older. Canelo's 30. Triple G is 38. Mm-hmm. So Canelo's got all the time in the world to sit and wait and let Triple G get old so he can just beat him. Triple G's like gonna get worse, and it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. The performance he put on versus the guy that I can't say his name, Cerventa or something like that, he looked good. Cerventa had no business being in the ring with Triple G, but Triple G looked real good. The fight needs to happen. Cinco de Mayo would be a perfect weekend for it to happen. Aside from Fury Joshua, I think that's the biggest fight that can be made in boxing. And I think for big boxing fans like the purists, I think a lot of them would almost rather see Triple G Canelo.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going into making this happen. Once again, the boxing world needs to figure it out, Yep. So I would like to see this happen for sure. And I think, yeah, you're totally right. The more you wait on like a rematch with the GGG Meister, the Triple G.
Yeah, we can tell who's the guy that's not into boxing on this podcast.
Yeah, the GGG baby.
Triple G.
Triple G. Yeah, 2021 is the year that this happens or it doesn't happen, Yeah,
if you wait till Triple G turns 40, then especially too, even if you're Canelo and you go out and beat him, Triple G is 40 or 32. It looks like you just waited for him to get old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to take it sooner to save face with yourself too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all right. Now this one is Santa. There's a lot that needs to go into this, and Santa. So if you're listening, I've been extra good this year. Okay, I've been extra good. I'm on that double nice list. All right. So Daniel Jones, I want in 2021 Daniel Jones to reveal that all the fumbles were part of an elaborate prank to get draft picks, or either that, or it's revealed that Roger Goodell was using occult magic to steal the life force from Daniel Jones's throwing hand in an attempt to achieve eternal life. The dark wizard Goodell gets put into magical prison for the rest of his days, and then Daniel Jones turns into the next Joe Montana. I gave you two paths for that for Daniel Jones to turn into the next Joe Montana. So the likelihood's got to go up.
You can hope and pray as long as you want. Daniel Jones is still just going to be a poor man's Eli Manning.
Who, I mean, really, like, Joe Montana is.
Okay, it's okay.
I mean, Joe Montana is
whenever
a poor.
Whenever
Joe Montana.
Like
Joe Montana.
you can wear that hat too.
Joe Montana is a poor man's Eli Manning, if you really think about it. So.
Riddle me that.
I mean, because you got Joe Montana, and then you got Eli Manning. He's not even on the camera. He's told. So
you gotta explain that.
You got I mean, Eli Manning, right? You don't always. Sometimes the thing that you can do to win is to lose. You know, because then your wins. They don't expect you or they expect you to lose, and then you win. It's a psychological game.
Of that kid stuttering. What are you trying to like?
And now you're sounding like that kid.
Because you just told me that Eli Manning is far and away, but you quoted that Joe Montana is a poor man's Eli Manning. That might be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
All right, listen to me. I'm gonna explain this. Okay, so like you're forgetting that Roger Goodell is using occult magic to steal the life force from the throwing hands because of the Giants. Okay, Giants QBs, everyone knows, have the best throwing arms, right? So Roger Goodell, right? False. And the reason you think that's false is because Roger Goodell knows that the highest power in the universe is like talking about magical forces, right? Is the arms of the Giants QBs. So if you want to achieve eternal life, you're gonna use your occult magic to steal the magic from the arms of the most powerful quarterbacks in the world. So you're always stealing the life force. So Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls with Roger Goodell stealing his life force from his arm.
If Roger Goodell was gonna whatever the fuck you just said to a QB, I guess bleep that because we're being family friendly now. He would have been doing it to the Patriots for a long, long time because he tried everything else.
No, because the Patriots. Here's the thing, Brad.
If you come with some slander.
Here's the thing, Brad. Okay, it's a smoke and mirrors. Okay, it's a smoke and mirrors. He wants to pretend.
We're losing legitimacy by the second.
This is a sports conspiracy. Okay, there, as you say, there are levels to this. So Roger Goodell knows that if he piles onto the Giants, people are gonna know it's what's in this hand. Don't look at this hand. You know. So he's doing this like like Tom Brady's deflating footballs. Like, watch me to get all the Patriots, because he knows the Patriots fans. They're just like they. So then everybody's talking. So then when the Giants are like, "Hey man, there's some dark evil magic going on here," you know, then nobody hears them because all you hear is, "Oh, he didn't deflate the footballs," you know. So it's all distraction. It's all distraction.
I need to note to myself to vet Chris's Christmas list next year. And next time you say a statement like Joe Montana is a poor man's Eli Manning, I might just find a new podcast partner. Jesus, Murphy.
Yeah, well, that's what I said too when I found out about Roger Goodell's occult magic.
Like that statement. I've said wild statements before. Like, I truly think that the Lombardi Trophy should be renamed. You know what? This is my Christmas wish. I'm making a new one. It's not even on the list. The Lombardi Trophy should be called the Belichick Trophy. And that is not even in the same realm of craziness as what you said.
Yeah, well, how did you feel? Like, how do you have a guy that has a trophy named after him and he couldn't even win that trophy all the time? Man, you want me to get out my hat that says champions?
Okay, I'll go find my 6.
Yeah. This is exactly what the Kansas City Royals want, dude. Us fighting. So remember
that. Yeah. At the end of the day, we have to. I mean, those Giants ones, they still haunt me. But you know what? The Patriots are I wrote a blog today about the Jets fans. Remember, you would trade your entire franchise for any 3-year stretch of the 20-year Patriot dynasty.
No. No, because it's a dynasty tainted by deflated footballs.
Oh, yeah.
And a headset.
No, but that footballs were proven to be false.
Yeah, but what about the headsets? Like hacking headsets. Huh? Remember that?
Like literally every team in the NFL has done that.
Yeah, but the
Steelers literally were caught doing that. They didn't do anything.
Yeah, but the Patriots got caught. You know?
What's your next wish, Chris?
All right. Wait, it's your turn now.
Yeah, no, I already said 2. I actually said 3.
You said 3? Okay,
yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're off the rails at this point. Okay, we're off the rails.
We're off the rails since the first one.
Okay, so this is number 8. This one's actually feasible, okay? Attending sporting events in VR becomes a thing.
Okay. Is that not a thing? I thought that was.
I don't know where to find VR like streams and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like it becomes standardized.
Like to me, that's just a miss. Like that should already be a thing.
Yeah, because
like, I think that's 99%. Like that should be something that's already existing.
Every stadium takes 3 seats, 3 different camera angles. You could switch back and forth between. They say, okay, we're not going to sell a ticket here. They're going to put a camera, one of those 360 cameras, and then all you have to do is go to Walmart and get those $30 phone ones. Yeah, like you could get a full-on Oculus headset, or you could get those phone ones. Those work actually pretty well, and you can stick your phone in, and you're at the game. You get your headphones in, you're watching. You could feed into the broadcast, so you're listening to the play-by, or you can turn it off, and you just get the ambient noise. I think this is a no-brainer.
Imagine UFC like that.
Whoo! Yeah, see, I think this is where. Like, are we living in the future, or are we living in the future? Come on, boys. You know?
Yeah, I think this is something that should have already happened. To me, I want in 2021 all MMA referees to be fitted with a head camera that is hooked up to VR for everybody.
So we see Chris Lee's feed, and you're like, it's like
no, the referees like Herb Dean.
Referees. Yeah, okay, I thought you said judges. I thought you said judges. Yeah, he's just on Instagram. You know.
Yeah. So did somebody throw a few jabs or something? I don't care about.
And then all you see is a text, and it says and it's just like mafia guy. And it just says it's telling him the score. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I just want to take a look at Chris Lee's phone. Just look at his text. See who's influencing this man.
Yeah. And I want to see his Google search because is a takedown important?
No, he hasn't gone that far. He's like, why do the people in this boxing match keep like throwing each other on the ground?
Yeah, why is the referee not stopping the fight? There's been so many illegal shots.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like, how do you score a fight if there's 3 knockdowns in a round? Man, is
his judging is almost biggest shit shows this episode's been.
Yeah, so though honestly, it's some of our best moments.
Yeah. Okay, how many what number you're on? Number 8?
I'm on number I just finished number 8.
Okay. What? Okay, I haven't even done 7.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what I was saying, and you said no. Like I've done like 3 ahead, man.
Oh,
and I was like, you haven't done any.
The triple G one I took off right before we started.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Okay, my bad.
This is the first time this is the first time we've actually had notes in a long time, and this is still the most unorganized podcast we've done.
Yeah, we haven't been this bad on a podcast in a long time. We're just excited for Santa.
We are excited. You're going to the mall. You see Santa. You got your list ready. You're jumping up and down. You've been waiting in line for an hour, and you just have all this planned. And then you're just like, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and then you go like Lego set, and then Nerf gun, and then. You see that?
You tell Santa that Joe Montana's a poor man's Eli Manning, and he just tells you to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, did you see that video of the Santa that was mall Santa that said like the kid asked for a Nerf gun, And then Santa was like,
I heard about
yeah.
that. What did he say, though? He said he couldn't give it to him?
Yeah, Santa was like, you're going to have to ask for something else.
What's wrong with Nerf guns?
It's too violent.
I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
It's ridiculous. All right. Okay, how about, do you want me to just rattle off a few for you here?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Patriots move up in the draft to take Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to give up an arm and a leg for that, though.
They'd have to give up a lot.
They'd have to give up a lot, And I thought Cam Newton was going to take your Patriots to the Super Bowl this year, eh, Brad? Wasn't that on your Christmas wish list last year?
Yeah, no, he's not. I had faith, but it's all part of a bigger plan for Bill.
Yeah, okay.
So, and next one, I want the Leafs, my Toronto Maple Leafs, to advance past the first round. It's literally, I can't remember the last time it happened. I just need that to happen in my lifetime. I've had too many heartbreaks.
I think that is, and that is one of those things where Santa, I mean, if you ask for a car, Santa's going to be like, you don't need a car. But if you ask for, the wheels so you can start building a car, Santa's going to be like, I'm getting that guy wheels, And that's what you're asking for here. I think I think with some Christmas magic, this will happen.
Yeah. Tell you what, if they made the second round of the playoffs, I'd buy a hat, Chris.
Yeah, okay. So now you understand, okay? like the Mets have been in the playoffs twice in the lifetime where I can remember. So you would buy a hat too, okay? If the Jays were in.
Yeah, the Jays have only been in playoffs twice in my lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. So if they made the World Series one of those times, you'd have a hat that said World Series on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, see, we're making ground here.
On a podcast seen by thousands and thousands of people.
Well, yeah, this is from 1980.
This is the one that gets thousands and thousands. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Yeah, this is.
Especially because this one we're coming probably our most anticipated videos coming after
this. Yeah, and also this is the one where we've never been controversial. There's a few controversial moments in this one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go through and bleep a few. And not like when we first came back, and there was one time I swore and you bleeped it, and literally all you hear is just me swearing with a bleep in the background.
Yeah, I was learning. Okay.
I remember I was listening to it and I was going, "Oh, that didn't work."
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
So, okay, how many you got 2 left? Okay, I got 2 left.
Yeah, okay, so my turn?
Yeah.
Joe Buck stops getting invited to World Series games. He's a football commentator, he's not a baseball commentator.
I'm with it.
He talks too much.
10% chance.
You gotta let it breathe. Yeah, where this is probably the tallest order on my list because Joe Buck will be dead and they'll have him in the booth. So
yeah.
It's just I can't stand him in baseball. He's
on your list. Less likely to happen than here. Let me look through Donald Trump literally fighting Joe Biden.
Yeah, it's actually at this point in this political climate. Yeah, Joe Buck getting outed as the.
That's on me too. We literally just talked about being controversial, and I'm like, let's bring it back.
Hey, that gets clicks. Honestly, we should title this video, "Should Donald Trump box Joe Biden for the presidency?" ?
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Let's just dive into the pool, Brad.
My next wish is I hope Canada wins the World Juniors this year. They're the favorites to do, so I hope they do.
Yeah, I'm going to give you...
I will say the World Juniors, you screwed up this year. Every year you start on Boxing Day. Canada has the Boxing Day game. It's a nice way to get everything started. Why are you starting Christmas Day?
Because nobody's doing anything on Christmas.
No, but it's tradition.
Yeah, but nobody's doing anything on Christmas.
But it's tradition.
Yeah, but Christmas Day. I mean, what are you gonna be doing on Christmas?
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
You know. Actually, though, think about the people that are at home right now. The governments are like, do not see anybody outside your household. They're alone on Christmas. Usually they have the family over. Usually they're going to family. They're lonely. They're sad. And there's a nice little hockey game on. That saves lives, Brad.
You made me sound like an asshole. You good for you, double IHF. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. It's Christmas,
What are doing,
Brad.
gas hands?
You
the mic.
Yeah, basically. I don't know. I see. Like this one's gonna get thousands of views, and when you have that many people, there's some people sensitive to sounds. You know, we got to be inclusive.
Yeah. And if people are watching YouTube too, it's still snowing.
Yeah, I mean we already have snowflakes here. So,
all right, what's your last one?
My last one,
yeah,
is gonna be Saquon Barkley plays a full season.
Yeah, I hope he does.
I hope he does.
Like he's such a good player. Like you never want players to get injured, and especially elite players like that.
Yeah, and I think he's really like we've sniffed how good this guy can be. We haven't really fully seen what he can do, and accomplish. Yep. So I think, and I think it just helps Daniel Jones, to have a guy like Saquon Barkley that you can just hand the ball off to. Though I mean, like if there's one thing that like is not one of Daniel Jones' skill, handing off the ball is not one of his skills. But still,
fair enough. Well, maybe some of your Christmas wish list stuff comes true.
And yeah, Daniel Jones becomes the next Joe Montana.
Yeah.
And Roger Goodell. And the important thing is Roger Goodell would be in Magic Prison and would not be the commissioner anymore.
Yes.
We just saved Christmas.
Yeah. My last wish is that at some point in 2021, we were able to go to a live sports event, and as Big Game Talk, we're there to document it.
That would be nice. And hopefully, I mean, as nice as it would be to have VR, I'm not talking VR, We're talking go to a sporting event. And that would be nice.
What would be first of all, what are the odds you think that happened? And then second, what would be like the first one back? What do you want to go to?
I think in terms of likelihood of a sport coming back and going to it would be baseball.
So 1 sec. This is a weird call. My grandpa's literally calling me.
Okay.
So keep her going.
Okay, so basically, like, I'm trying to think about what's the most likely thing that would happen for going to a sporting event. So you got baseball, football, we got CFL in Canada, and then we got hockey, which is too expensive. I mean, you go to the Leafs, and that's just $1,000 a night to go to see that. So that's just out of the question. So then we're talking OHL. OHL, they're gonna take a lot longer to get fans in attendance. I mean, there's always Little League. You always show up to somebody's Little League event. We could just show up, get some brewskis, and show up there. But I don't know. Would a Little League game count?
Wow, that was not what I missed all of that. I'm sorry. Grandpa's calling you at 9:00 at night on his cell phone. I don't think he's called me on a cell phone in 10 years. So I kind of had to pick that up. But
how's Grandpa doing?
I said I'd call him back in 15 minutes. I said, is it urgent? He said, nope. So I don't know what it is. Probably to hide some Christmas gift. He said he needed a favor.
Oh, okay.
But did I come back to say that you wanted a Little League game to be the first?
No,
game?
I'm just saying. I mean, if it's not, I was saying, what's the most likely game that we're gonna be back at? So we got baseball, we got football, which would be CFL in our area.
Do world's normal. What's the first thing you want to see back?
Oh, okay. So world's normal. What do you want? Baseball game. Baseball game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the summertime, baseball. Yeah.
I think I want UFC.
Yeah, but UFC is gonna. I mean, I want to like before UFC. I want a baseball game. I'm missing baseball.
You know, imagine me and you, Bruce, at the ballpark and big game talk. It's a lethal combo, especially if Nate, producer Mitch, is there. It actually starts doing his damn job, videoing.
Yeah, we're just videoing each other, and we Instagram live the game, dude. We're just, I mean, not that we ever show copyrighted material on our Instagram live streams, never.
I don't even think that would be copyrighted if you were in there live streaming it, is it?
Well, I mean, we paid to be there. You know, you didn't take our cell phones away. You're not going after that girl who's making Snapchats. You know?
Yeah, that girl that you have to literally tap 50,000 times to get through the last 2 hours of Snapchats at the ballpark.
Yeah, so yeah, I think what's the harm, you know? And then we bring our VR camera, our 360 camera, and we stream that out, and everybody just is in our seats in VR.
Yeah, in the 500 level because we're cheap.
Yeah, experience the the wonder of the 500s in virtual reality.
I can't wait to go back to games, man. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be good. And people are gonna be going crazy. I mean, there's people gonna be making out in the stand, like strangers.
Yeah.
You know, like the babies, the amount of babies that are gonna be born when this stuff ends.
Yeah.
I don't think we're prepared for it.
No. Shout out to Brock. Got head start.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. This has been a low-key train wreck episode.
Yeah, but we got snowflakes. And we got jingle bells. Oh wait,
if you are this far into the episode, you must be diehard Big Game Talk fans. And next week we're going to be releasing probably our most we're coming off a very limited planning, thrown together episode here. Next week we have our most planned, biggest budget episode, the first annual Big Game Talk MMA Awards for 2020. That will be releasing on New Year's Eve, and we will have that out, and it will be everything you've hoped for and more. We're gonna have UFC stars like Felicia Spencer, Stephan Bonner, UFC Hall of Famer Stephan Bonner, Dennis Bermudez, potentially Alex Perez, all stop by to give their picks, and we have some old favorites from Big Game Talk. We got producer Mitch. They're all coming in.
Yeah, we got something huge coming for this. This is gonna be a wild video. I mean, the Oscars. You seen the Oscars? That's the general idea. Crank the Oscars up to 20, and that's this awards show. Just to give you a little hint, a little sniff of what's going down. Let me. We're gonna show a sneak peek on this episode. But first off, Brad, tell us a little bit about 11th Island.
So everything that we do here is presented by 11thisland.com. That's 11th-island.com. It's a project me and Chris created. And under 11th Island holds Big Game Talk. So Big Game Talk is under the 11th Island brand. We write blogs there about sports and everything else in the world. So if you like our sports opinions here, which after this episode, if you still like us, congratulations, you better head over there because we're actually half decent over there and this wasn't, but everything is over there. We got in culture and everything too. We're gonna have new podcasts come out. There's a new one coming out this Wednesday, so this episode comes out Tuesday. Wednesday Chris is coming out with new podcast with Mike. You want to talk a little about Pest Patrol?
Yeah, so we're talking about bugs. You like bugs? We're talking about all your favorite bugs on this show. So we just talk about bug facts. We got bug videos. We got bug pictures. We got bug analysis. We got everything. It's Pest Patrol. We're patrolling around for pests. We're going global, worldwide to search for bugs. The first episode we shot this yesterday. We're doing water beetles. They're just crazy animals. They're nuts. So they're beetles. These are beetles that go dive under the water. They can fly. They can walk, and they can swim, and they collect. I mean, I'm not going to spoil too much, but they collect basically water or air in their under their wings, and they got gills on their butts. There's a bubble, and they can breathe. And these things, they eat frogs, they eat fish, they grab with suction cups, and they just Once they get you.
The fact that you said just frogs and fish there, I was like, how big are these? But tune in tomorrow.
You'll figure out how big they are. And
the live stream, dude, the New Year's Eve live stream, Chris.
Yes.
This isn't Pest Patrol.
What's that?
This isn't Pest Patrol. We don't need to hear all about it here.
Yeah, okay,
so watch the video.
Yes. And we also got Mitch. Like, look, this is no, I'm not gonna show audio.
This is the face.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, we got a face reveal. And look at this. This is a first look at this video. This is fire.
We're just straight up ruining it. Yeah, this is what it's coming.
Like, look at this. This is a very serious episode. Look how serious Brad is. Anyways, that's all you get to see. Those are sneak peeks. I mean, those are gonna be. I mean, Twitter's gonna go. Expect this to be a hashtag tomorrow, based on. It's gonna be a leak. And people are gonna be doing. Yeah, people are gonna be making you. If you're a YouTuber, you want a good video idea for tomorrow morning. Do a first look analysis and just break down this photo.
Yeah, I would love to see somebody spend 20 minutes breaking down the statue people in the back. Don't bring it back up.
Yeah, you don't get to see it again.
Yeah, but with that said, it's time to end the train wreck. We're presented by Phoenix Fit Sports. Promo code BGT15. You know what it is. Buy the damn protein, please. I'm trying to eat this Christmas.
Yeah.
Buy the protein.
Yeah, this has been a rough Christmas funded by Big Game Talk.
Yeah, so to everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you got through this train wreck, there won't be anything worse in the rest of 2020.
Yeah, this had to happen. This was the last stand of 2020.
That was a shit show.
What
made it a shit show.
What?
We had like decent planning for it too. Okay, I gotta call my grandpa back.
Okay.
And then I'll be right back on.